Boom, there's gonna be a lot of animals on this list, so if you have a problem with furries, you better get out. You better leave. Actually, please, can you stay? Can you stay, please? Welcome back to another brischeese stream. Yippee! Yippee! Happy Monday, guys. Another brischeese stream as advertised. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so today, as the stream title suggests, we will be doing the, I don't want to say long-awaited because you guys are really quick on this sub-goal. The awaited, the anticipated, hear me out cake stream. I'll have you know, I did a good amount of preparation for this. So I hope you guys like it. Here is the cake that we will be using to hear me out. It is a berry chantilly cake from Whole Foods, not sponsored. It looks a little small, not gonna lie, but it's just me. My partner whom I live with does not like cake, so I'm gonna be the one eating this whole thing, not on stream. I haven't had dinner yet, so that would be a little presumptuous of me. This is my hear me out cake with supporting slides by brischeese. That's me. When I'm Googling like hear me out cakes and I see people put like Lola Bunny on their hear me out cake, that's a conventionally attractive rabbit, okay? That's an attractive rabbit. Is that really like a hear me out? And the whole movie, she's very seductive. Is that a hear me out? I tried not to do that, and these are all honest, okay? I'll have you know, this is all honest and from the heart. Let's start with our first contender for the hear me out cake. We're gonna have Bruno from Encanto. And also, I put some reasoning here. I put some ethos, pathos, and logos, if you will. There he is. I'll have you know, by the way, that to print these out, I don't have a printer. I went to my public library and printed them in front of the lady there, and I paid $2 to print all these out. So I just want you to know I'm dedicated to this content creation thing. I also didn't have any toothpicks, so I taped them to some sewing pins. All right, there you go, Bruno. He's a family man. He's an empath of time, okay? He understands the past, present, and future. And he's also good with animals, which, dare I say, is a green flag. Next on this list, we have Bruno's rat from Encanto. Now, the reasoning with this is Bruno's rat enjoys cheese just as much as me, okay? He enjoys cheese, so here he is. I got a little toothpick for him too. I'll put him right there next to Bruno. He's very popular as well and has lots of friends. As we can see in the movie, there's a bunch of rats in the movie. And dare I say, he's also good with animals. Next on the list, we have the Onceler. Now, I understand this is a pretty basic pick, all right? Everybody's got the Onceler on my hear me out cake, okay? And I get it. This is a conventionally attractive man. He's tall, he's ambitious, right? This is the Tumblr Sexy Man starter pick, all right? If you're rocking with the term Tumblr Sexy Man, if you're familiar with that. But he's a man with ambition, okay? And that's attractive. He's a man who knows what he wants, and he has a career path, a strong career path. Also, the Onceler is good with animals. Also good with animals, as we can see in the movie, all right? So as I was going through and like putting these characters on the list, so we have the Onceler, basic Tumblr Sexy Man pick, right? I was putting a bunch of Tumblr Sexy Men on my list, so I kind of just grouped them all into this one slide because you kind of have like the same thing to say about all of them. So for the first one, we've got the Onceler from the Lorax here, okay? And then we also have the Onceler from the Lorax. So actually, let me go ahead and put my other Onceler on here. And then also on the Tumblr Sexy Man category, we have Nick Wilde. You're a furry. You're a furry. What if I am? Huh? What if I am? This is a conventionally attractive fox. Disney knows how marketable he is because he's getting a second movie. I'm putting him on my cake. Boom, there's gonna be a lot of animals on this list, so if you have a problem with furries, you better get out. You better leave. Actually, please, can you stay? Can you stay, please? Also on the Tumblr Sexy Man list, Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus. Everyone and their mother wants this rabbit, and I'm included. Also, Michael Kovac, the voice actor, yeah. Next on the list, Junkrat from Overwatch. Here he is. Junkrat from Overwatch is going on the hear me out cake. That's all I have to say. Also, he's ripped. He actually would not give a fuck about me at all. But that's okay, that's why it's a hear me out. We have Mark Twain. We have American author Mark Twain next on the list. This guy's funny. Have you guys read Mark Twain's works? Some of the content in them is dated, okay? But he's funny. He's also an accomplished writer. That's attractive. An accomplished writer. And also, he's loyal. I did a little bit of research. He had a 37-year-long relationship with his wife. Now, I'm not a homewrecker, but this is why it's on the hear me out list. Applejack from My Little Pony. Save a cowboy, ride a horse. Am I right? She is a professional apple bucker, if you know what I'm talking about. She's the element of honesty, okay? Honesty, very attractive. I'm not a furry, but furries get a bad rep. Every fandom has weirdos. But you know what also furries have a reputation for? Furries have a reputation for being rich because they're able to commission those fursuits. They're able to drop thousands of dollars on a hobby like that. They need a rebrand for the marketing. Furries have money. Colonel Sanders. Any man who can just name 11 herbs and spices is attractive to me. Yeah, I've played the dating game. Of course I have, there he is. Knows how to protein max with chicken, so you know he's buff, because all they really sell at KFC is chicken and carbs. He's also good with animals. How are you doing so far? Are you listening? Are you hearing me? Kane's 3-finger combo, okay? Keeping on the theme with chicken. The box combo, too many chicken fingers for me. I always pay 39 cents extra for the sauce, if you know what I'm saying. Doesn't that look tasty? Don't you look, aren't you just getting hungry? From looking at this image, doesn't that look delectable? We don't have canes where I live. I'm so sorry. To have shown you an image so beautiful knowing that you cannot access this, that's honestly rude of me. Next, King Eric, Nutcracker form from Barbie and the Nutcracker. Here he is. Starting off strong, he's rich, he's a king, obviously. He can dance ballet, which not only in itself a man who can dance, okay, that's attractive, but also that means he has strong legs for certain activities, like dancing, if you know what I mean. There's a wood joke in here somewhere, I couldn't think of one. He's made of wood, can we do something with that? Heimerdinger! Heimerdinger from Arcane. My little genius scientist of a man, here he is. I need him to dig my Heimer, if you know what I'm saying. 42, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. He would treat me so right, he would, and you know what? Being 313 years old, he would have a lot of wisdom. He's basically retired, so he has a lot of free time to take you around in activities. And he was a counselor at one point. Like, you know, he's also got money. Rocket from Marvel. He's good with wood, if you know what I'm saying. From Groot. I'm talking about Groot, obviously. And guess what, guys? Recurring theme. Good with animals. Next on this list. AO3. If you know, you know. Whatever creepy little, whatever little sick little concept you have in your brain, I don't want to get too descriptive. It's got it. I'm just kind of getting the ball rolling for ideas, and then you guys are thinking about it. Marcus Root from Baldur's Gate 3. Here he is, my man. He cares about his friends, okay? His whole quest line is trying to find his friends. You meet him tied up. His subspecies of gnome is very familiar with working with explosives, okay? He has a career. Now, you're probably wondering, oh my gosh, Brie, you love Baldur's Gate. Of course you have some other Baldur's Gate 3 characters on the list because all of them are like attractive, right? Like all of the companions in Baldur's Gate 3 are attractive. No, this is a hear me out cake. I don't need to hear you out for any of the other companions in Baldur's Gate 3 because they're all attractive and phenomenal, all right? Are you having fun? Is this fun? Are you having fun? Of course you're having fun. It's a brischeese stream. Next. Do any of you know Mavis Beacon? This woman taught me how to type, and she's the reason I have 98 words per minute and can absolutely obliterate people on Type Racer. All right, she's an experienced lady. She's been around since the 90s. With her fingers, and she's good at telling me what to do, okay? She gives great instructions. Also, heel's a blazer baddie. Look at her outfit. Little matching skirt with the suit. Okay, she's got one of those little teacher sticks, okay? She says pay attention. Not really a hear me out. Okay, listen. Yeah, that one, okay. How about this? The Le Creuset Signature Enameled Cast Iron Pedal Brazier 2.25 quart shell pink. Okay, how about that for my hear me out list? Pastel soft girl core, all right? She's a soft girl. She loves soft girl summer. Also, pansexual. Man, I could have put that on my, I missed the opportunity. I could have put that on my stream. Oh, it's genius. Why didn't I think of that? She's an expensive lady, all right? You have to spend money to make money, if you know what I mean, okay? Next on the list. Honest Abe, the element of honesty. IRL. Founding daddy, am I right? Awooga, look at this guy. He's 6'4", by the way, okay? He's huge. After he divides my house, I cannot stand, if you know what I'm saying. I hope you know what I'm saying. Is it warm in here or is it just me, guys? Next on the list, we got the cardioid graph. This is for my calculus takers out there. I started falling off around calculus 2, but I took 3 years of it, okay? This graph knows what it's doing. My teacher was real bold putting this on the slideshow in high school. It looks like a butt, okay? It knows what it's doing. It insists upon itself. Today you learned about the cardioid graph. You're welcome. Bandit and Chili as a duo. Good at role-playing games. Also, they're nice. Very caring. Bree, you're not beating the furry allegations. I don't care. Next, Lush Sticky Dates bath products. It knows what it's doing with a name like Sticky Dates. What are we talking about, guys? Here's mine. I got that thing on me. Lush, if you're out there, please sponsor me. Maybe this is not a good first impression of me to have. I like your products. The Easter Bunny, Rise of the Guardians. Now, this kind of does fall into the same category as Lola Bunny. This is a conventionally attractive rabbit. He's also got strong hind legs. Look at these muscular legs. His power in the movie is going in and out of holes. Okay, next on the list. Dr. Baker from Little House on the Prairie. Yeah! Dr. Baker, he is one of the richest men in town. If I'm in that time period, now I understand Pa is a hardworking man and very resourceful and he's very kind, but I enjoy nice things and I don't know if I could get by in the Ingalls household. Dr. Baker though, he's probably got money and I would want to be with him. He has a Reddit thread dedicated to him being hot. I'm gonna need a source. You're just gonna have to, my source, trust me. Next, Bugs Bunny male or female version. Bugs Bunny understands the importance of a good outfit. He does a better job of looking like a woman than I do. Look at how snatched he can get his waist, because this is his waistline normally. Look how cinched bro's waistline is. All right, next on the list. I'm running out of space on this game. Discord and Zooble. I had them originally on separate slides. They're kind of like the same build, if you think about it. I don't have a lot to say about that. I like their voices too. They have good voice actors. My cake is cracking you up. What's funny about this? This is serious. Is this a joke to you? I am putting my vulnerable self out there. And yeah, I can't even do that. Next on the list, Meta Knight. Emo baddie Meta Knight. Yeah. He is the strong and silent type. He's also in charge on his own ship. He has money. He has power. He has people who listen to him. Next. This is the part of the stream where you are persuaded that I am a furry. Similar to the Tumblr Sexy Man, I put the Alpha Wolves on the same slide. I support you, thank you. And that's what I like about you guys. You support me no matter what lifestyle choices I make, except for drugs. First, Lego Sheet from B-Stars. Jonah, if you're out there, is it a coincidence that my favorite characters in Date Everything are Eddie and Volt? Maybe. Alpha Wolf Mr. Peanut Butter from BoJack Horseman, okay? He's also going on this list. Death from Puss in Boots. He's constantly chasing Puss in Boots the entire movie. Brian, but specifically season 1 through season 3, Brian, okay? I know he sucks later on. Diego from Ice Age. This is a basic pick. This is a basic hear me out pick, all right? This is a sexy saber-tooth tiger. Sometimes things are popular for a reason. And lastly, Haida from Agretzko. I like him. Going on the cake. We're down to our final 2. We're almost done. Next. Target 2018 Harvest Fabric Bird Decor Male with mustache and suspenders. Look at this little lad, all right, from 2018. What a fashionable king. He looks like he knows the best coffee shops in town. He would understand where to take me on a date. And I think what really adds to his look, and he knows what adds to his look, is this mustache. Drumroll for the last one on this list, which thank goodness, because my cake is getting pretty full. Drumroll, please. Helvetica the font. Very popular and loved by many. Bold, simple, and sturdy. Always there when I need them. When I can't decide, when there's chaos going on in my graphic design, and I need help in my work trying to figure out what to do, Helvetica's always got my back. Sexiest font I've ever seen. We had to watch a documentary on this in my graphic design class, and I've been in love ever since. It's my favorite font. Here's our final look. Wow. Okay, well, tell you what, guys, thank you so much for being here. I think I'm gonna wrap up. Just because I want to go eat dinner and also I want to have some of this cake and I'm kind of worried that it's like getting room temperature and I need to refrigerate it. But of course, as always, we're going to close out with a raid, okay? And start the raid, but I will see you guys on Thursday. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you guys super soon on Thursday. And keep an eye out for the posts, etc. All right, we're starting the raid. Go represent us well.